Hey, Shayna here from DIY Web Studio, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through my Haven template. If you purchased this template on my template shop, congratulations. I am so excited that you're here, and I cannot wait to see what your own website is going to look like after you customize this template. If you are just kind of browsing around, I went ahead and included a link to where you can purchase this template in the description of this video. So make sure to check that out. This is, again, my Haven template. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So after you purchase the template, you should have received a share key from me, a share key and instructions that would tell you how to upload this template into your Showit account. So after you do that, I'm going to have you open the design, and then over here on the left side, go ahead and open the Site tab and scroll down here to Design Settings. When you click on that, the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and upload your very own branding. So starting with the color palette, you probably want to go from darkest to lightest colors. And then go ahead and upload any fonts that you might have. If they're custom fonts, you do need to make sure that you own a license to use those on your website, which you should have learned about when you purchase the font. And then Google fonts are always free, so you can also just use any of these if you so like. Just click on one and it will upload over here. And then you're going to want to come back to the Site Style tab and make sure that each of these type styles is what you want it to be. So you can change the fonts, you can change the colors, you can change the size of the font, and if it's left aligned, center, right, anyway, and everything like that. So you're going to want to do that with every single one of these. And then after you update those, go ahead and click Save. And you will have seen that your font styles will have updated across the entirety of the template. So you'll probably have to make some adjustments at this point with the text boxes and whatnot, because having different fonts and different sizes will kind of make things look a little janky for a second, but it's nothing that you can't fix super easy. Like with text boxes, you can just move it, drag it around however you want, just like that. So nothing too crazy. That's just one thing that you want to look for, and definitely also check the mobile version as well as you're going through making your customizations and whatnot. Make sure that your mobile version looks well as well, because over 60% of people are going to be looking at your website on their phones. Probably even more so now, actually, I would say. But starting here, you can see on this left-hand side, there's going to be pages, blog templates, site canvases, and a canvas set. So starting down here with the canvas set, I'm going to click on the main site and then come up here to canvas set, and you'll see that this says menu, navigation, and footer. Every single one of these canvases is going to show up on all of your pages. So this is the menu, this is the navigation, and the footer. So go ahead and you can customize these how you need to. You can change your logo. On the navigation, if you need to, you can change your logo here as well. And then if you need to change any of the menu options, just double click and you can go ahead and type in your new menu option. You just want to make sure if you're changing these, you want to come over to the right side and click on Click Actions and make sure that it goes to the page or canvas or URL that you're wanting it to. I should let you know right now that the schedule button does not have a link attached to it, and that's simply because if you wanted people to directly schedule from like your simple practice page or something like that, then all you have to do is come here and click URL and then paste the URL to your simple practice booking page there. So it just makes it a little bit easier for people to directly schedule with you. Right, and then just make sure that everything's updated over here on the mobile side, and then over here in the footer, you can go ahead and update your logo. If you have like just a little snippet that you want to tell people about your practice, like who you serve and where you serve, you can include that here. Make sure you update the copyright. You do have a privacy policy and terms and conditions page, which if you are using any type of Google Analytics, this site also has a contact form. So if you're getting any information from anybody on your website, then you need to make sure that you have a privacy policy and terms and conditions page in place. which you can work with a lawyer. There are some online people who also have online templates that you can just kind of like DIY templates that you can fill in with your own information. So I highly recommend that you get that done just to avoid any legal anything. And if you need anything else that you can add in this extra space, you can just add like a little text box if you have any other information that you need to include on your website. And same thing here, just with the schedule button, you're just going to want to make sure that you enter your very own URL. Right. Okay. So moving right along, I'm going to come back up to this left side over here under the site tab and click on the home page. I'm going to come up here again and go to the page tab. And here is where you can start customizing your home page. So like I showed you kind of how to just double click and you can replace the words however you want. Go ahead and you can insert what you do here. This is also going to be your heading, your H1 tag. So kind of think of this as like a summary of the page. So you're really going to want to make sure that you talk about who you serve and where you're located. Or if you do virtual therapy, then you want to include that as well. And then you're welcome to check out any of these buttons and make sure they go where you want to go. This one, for example, goes to the contact page. But if you want to have like an embed code from Simple Practice, where they click on that and it just pops right up, which I can show you actually here real quick. Just an example. So this is a site that I did for Face the Storm Counseling. And if you look at their buttons here, see how this just pops immediately up, which I think is so cool. She did this on Simple Practice and just got an embed code from it. So you can Google how to do that. I can even do a little YouTube tutorial one of these days on how to do that as well. But that's kind of the idea if you wanted to do that instead here. And to insert an embed code, all you'd have to do is click this little button here and then embed code. And then when you double click on this, you just paste it right there and click save. So pretty cool. And that just makes it a lot easier for people to schedule with you. But yep, this will go to your about page. You can go ahead and rename whatever services you offer here as well. This will link to your services page. You can change the images by just double clicking on them. Oh, actually, these are canvas backgrounds. So for this image, you're going to want to come over to the right side, click on the canvas background, and then click on the image. And then you can come in and change it to whatever you like. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to change it too much, but talk about your approach here. Again, you can change the images. Okay, so for the testimonials, I wanted to show you something here real quick. This has different canvas views that will slide through. So what I mean by that is that there's different places that you need to type text. So if you come over here on the left-hand side under the page tab, and I'm on the home page, under the testimonials canvas, you'll see that there's different views. So I name them review 1, review 2, and review 3. You're just going to want to make sure to update every single one of these and type in any reviews that you might have. Okay, scrolling down, there actually is a small piece of code in this particular template, and it is this ready to book circle here. You don't have to change anything about this if you don't want to and don't want to mess with it. And that is totally fine, totally great. If you do need to change the text or anything, I know this looks kind of crazy. So you can just come down here to font family, and you're going to type in whatever Google font you want to change this to. So if it's like Poppins or if it's like Open Sans or something like that, right here is where you change the name of that, just how you would normally write it. And then you want to hit save and it should update. But if you just don't even want to mess with that, it's totally beautiful how it is. So, right, then you can include your logo here. Again, another schedule now button. Okay, and then this is for your blog post layout, and you need to manually enter the title here as well as the read post button. Right now I have them linked to go to a single post. That was just for the demo. I'm actually going to take this off right here because you're actually going to want to have these go to the URL of the actual blog post. So yes, that is something that you would want to do. If you just don't want to have a blog at all, then you can hide these things by clicking these three little buttons and untoggling. Is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, untoggling visible on desktop and visible on mobile. And see, it just disappears right there. And then you're also going to want to do the same with this. Just like that. So then it will just kind of bounce to this free resource. And that is totally fine to do. I totally get it if you don't want to blog. They are a little bit more work and a little bit more of a learning curve, but they can also really, really help in getting your site ranked higher on Google. Right, so then you have a free resource. If you just want to like include a Google Drive share link here with like the URL, you can do that. If you have like another page like with Flowdesk or something like that, that you want this to redirect to, go ahead and insert the URL. If you have an embed code from Flowdesk or something like that, then again, you just want to insert the embed code where it could go and copy and paste it from whatever email provider you're using that has the free resource. You can also hide this page if you want to as well, this canvas, by doing the same thing that I showed you with the blog. Right. Okay. So then with the email sign up, and something else I should tell you really quick is that if you look over here and you see on free resource and email sign up, how there's kind of like these dashed lines here, on free resource and email sign up, what that means is that these are site canvases. So when you, so they're on multiple pages. So if you change it on one page, it will change like that across all the pages, just to make it a little bit easier where it's located. So on this email sign up, I'm going to kind of show you here, and I'll insert the embed code while I'm doing this. But you're going to want to actually put an embed code here instead of what I had there just for the demo version. You want to definitely include an embed code from Flowdesk or ConvertKit, whatever it might be, that you use if you're wanting to grow your email list. So, and I'll just put a little note here for you. Put your embed code from Flowdesk or ConvertKit here. Whoop, there you go. Right. Whoop. And then you can hit save. Okay, so, and then that will have updated on everything, on all the email sign-up pages. So, right, okay, so then you have the about page. I don't think that there's anything crazy here that you really need to do so much besides just fill it out. I did want to show you the services page. Whoop, my bad. I did want to show you the services page here really quick, because as you probably saw on the demo, there are these little tabs that open and close, just like this, that you want to probably go over and see a little bit how they work. So it's actually pretty straightforward if you just want to. It starts with the closed view, which when it's closed, it looks like this. This is closed, and then open. So closed, open. And I labeled those as so. So closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. And that's kind of the order that it needs to go in. So you can just go in and make sure that you change any information in here that you need to describe that particular service. If you do need to add more services, then you can duplicate these. You do need to duplicate the closed canvas. So like this one, it says group therapy, but you'll probably change that depending on your very own services. So you can duplicate that, and then you're going to want to also duplicate open. But the other thing that you need to make sure is that your click actions, with this little arrow here, when you duplicate it, you want to make sure that they go to the right view. So as you can see, there's in the closed section, in the closed canvas here, there are two canvas views. View 1 is your little arrow icon pointing down. View 2 is the icon pointing up, showing that when it's pointing down, this is how you open the canvas view. When it's pointed up, this is how you close the canvas view. So You just want to make sure that these are all updated correctly if you're duplicating them. And then you also need to be aware that there are actions attached to these little icon arrows. So when the arrow is closed, it needs to show canvas, and then it needs to show the canvas of whatever name it is. So if you had like special services, it needs to show the special services open canvas. And then on the view 2, it needs to hide the special services open canvas. Hopefully that makes sense. It's probably confusing and a little bit of a learning curve, but just kind of look at the examples that I put here on the other ones if you get confused. And if you really need help, then go ahead and just send me an email at support@diywebstudio.com, and I will make sure to either like send you like a little video to show you how to update that, or I can just help you in whatever way you might need. Right, so then moving on to the process here, you can go ahead and just change this up. Again, with the testimonials, there are different canvas views, so you're just going to want to make sure that you update the text in every single one of those. Frequently asked questions. You can make this as long as you want because I'm sure that people have more than just 3 questions. Just make sure to update it on the mobile side as well. You can extend the canvas over here by just pulling that arrow down, and then you can just drag and drop this line where you need it to be, and then just copy with Control C. You can just copy and paste this same layout underneath them all. So nothing too crazy there. Ready to book, same thing there. Okay, moving on. There's also the contact page as well. So this is already all set up for somebody to send you an email with whatever email you use to sign up for Showit. If somebody fills out your contact form, that is where the contact form will go. It will go to the email that you use to sign up for Showit. So just really quick on this contact form, the view 1 is the actual form, and then once somebody submits it, this view 2 is going to pop up. So if you want to change that, make sure that you check it out on both the mobile version and the desktop version. Okay, again, here you're just going to want to manually enter your blog posts, and also make sure that that these links here are URLs that go to that specific blog post. This will have updated with when you changed it from the homepage. Okay, so I also have a 404 here that you're going to want to make sure to update as well, unless you really like this, and I guess you can keep it. Okay, privacy policy. This is where you can just paste your own, as well as the terms and conditions, paste your own. Here's also the blog page. This will all update with your own blog content, and this will show all of your posts as well. Then you can change the about section here, as well as the schedule now section and anything else that you want to include. Something that you should be aware of is the featured categories here. I put an example. Well, actually, they're all examples, but of what you need to do to insert your URL. So it's going to be yourdomain.com, right? / whatever the category is that you'll have here, / the category slug, which would be, so for example, if it was couples, it would be mydomain.com / couples / probably couples again. So you're just going to want to make sure that the URL points to that category. And if you're familiar with WordPress, that probably makes sense to you. Like I said, kind of doing like a blog is a little bit of a learning curve, but it is so worth it for SEO. Right. Okay. So this is what a single post would look like. If you don't like that layout, you're welcome to change it, but I think it looks pretty good. This is what an Instagram page would look like. So if somebody were looking for specific topics after the search bar or whatnot, this is kind of what would pop up. And here's your WordPress 404. It's the exact same as the regular 404, but made specifically for WordPress. Right, and then I also gave you a sidebar here, which might be kind of hard to read without the background because it is transparent. So if you need to, and this is only visible on the desktop, not the mobile version. There's just not enough space on the mobile version. So if you do need to see it, you can go ahead and extend this canvas and make the background just temporarily like a color. So I'll just make it white so you can see. Anyway, you're going to want to come in here and update anything that you need to, like your images, as well as like a little about yourself and your categories, and make sure that these are linked again using that URL that we talked about. And then when you're all done updating this, come back here and make sure that you make it transparent, and then make the canvas go all the way back up to the top to just about like 1 pixel or something like that, all the way to 0 there. That will just ensure that it is overlaid on top of your posts like this so that it can match to the side of them. Perfect. I think that's pretty much it. Just one last thing that I will show you really quick, and then I'll let you go and get started on it, is that there are some of these photos, when you change them, are actually galleries. So that means that there will be multiple images. So you just want to make sure that you change every single one of those, which you will find on the right-hand side over here. Just double check when you're clicking on them, because, people don't want to see one picture of you and the next picture be of this weird stock photo of this lady that we have no idea who she is, So anyway, just double check that. And other than that, that is all for this Haven template. And make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at DIY Web Studio. I always post some tutorials there. If you need help, like I said, just contact me at support@diywebstudio.com, and I will try to get with you within 48 hours or so. And other than that, I look forward to seeing your site, and good luck.